seconds now. Let's see. Gear going. Oh, there we go. This should probably be that way in a second now.
Look what I downloaded.
There you go. There you go.
Let's stop on the other direction.
YouTube's live. So that means we're actually live here.
All right.
Let's go. Oh, there we go. Nice meeting you there, Miss Chronic. We are getting ready for the Facebook. I hope it clicks off here
Here
any
it is.
second.
It's on there.
There we go.
Share this bad boy out.
I'm sure it too.
There we go.
Yes. Gotta copy that link.
As we get it going, Larry Reed, the man on weed, and here we are on the 320, the Friday night edition, the 326-21 edition of The Grinder from beautiful downtown Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. And here I am with my special, awesome guest, or co-host, actually, Miss Carrie Chronic.
Good evening, everybody.
How are you this evening, Miss Chronic?
I'm doing well, man. It's Friday.
How's the Chronic Palooza coming along?
Man, it's come along. We are got a lot going on. Still trying to get everything all the way figured out, planned out, arranged, and rearranged, and over there building out some judge boxes yesterday. They're still building them out all day today, also. But
Oh yeah, how's that going?
it's grand. It's just.
It's a
grand,
lot of
I
work,
say.
right? That's
It's a good time.
It's a good time. And you've seen some amazing cannabis.
Oh my goodness, yes. There's been some great products that were entered in. So it's pretty cool too. It was real refreshing because there were a ton of new growers that literally just got started, and this is like their first really good harvest. And so like nobody knows them, and they're no-namers, and so they don't have all the hype yet, but they had some fire.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that was pretty cool.
that's pretty cool.
They're getting an opportunity, to showcase their products. So that's really awesome.
That's it. And we've got an amazing guest with us tonight, the wonderful Tracy Diane. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, it's
Glad
a
to
pleasure.
be here.
Tell
Hi.
us
Lighting is great, guys. Love it.
Tell us a little bit more about you.
All right, so I got my notes here.
All right.
All right, so I'm a mom. I have 3 kids. I have Connor, he's 9. Caitlin, she's 8, and I have Cade, he's 3. They're in my world. So most of the time I'm momming. Most of the time I'm cleaning up toys, folding clothes, cooking.
Cooking?
Feeding.
Are you a good cook? Or,
I mean, yes, but they don't even want to eat the good stuff. They want to eat eggs and grilled cheese and just the easy stuff.
That is the good stuff.
Yeah.
That's the
So yeah, I mean, to them, I'm great.
right.
I am a liberty activist, and so what that means is basically this oath I took here when I was in the Air Force, I want to uphold it. And I want to continue doing it for this great state of Oklahoma.
What is that oath there that you have? We could even go to the.
Well,
think
the
we got
oath
a
I took.
Cam. Go ahead, show it right in front of your.
This
we've
okay.
got the
So
cam. What do you got there? There
well,
you
this
go.
is the Constitution.
Okay.
So I took an oath to uphold the Constitution, and even though I'm no longer in the military, I want to continue to do that. So that's what it means to be a liberty activist for me. And in Oklahoma, it seems like they believe in this Constitution for the Second Amendment, but then as soon as you want to talk about cannabis, things change. And so I'm here to change that conversation because I understand both of those things. I truly understand liberty and freedom And I'm a third-generation veteran, so it's really important to me. My papa was in the Coast Guard in World War II.
Wow.
Yeah, my dad was in the Army in Vietnam,
Wow.
as a teenager. And so he was that Vietnam veteran that was fighting the system, that was working the black market. I was born in the black market. My parents were drug dealers in Detroit. Like, it wasn't legal in Detroit now.
When 8 miles really
It was.
8
I was
miles.
I was in 6
Yeah.
Mile, and it was on
Yeah.
Hamtramck.
There
I was
you
in the
go.
hood. Like, I was born into this, and my dad and my mom got in trouble so many times. And my dad had PTSD, which is what they called it, shell shock back then. They didn't listen back then to the Vietnam veterans. And
No, they didn't.
they still don't listen.
They still don't listen. They get a bad deal over the whole
Right.
thing.
And so now it's my main thing is veterans, because they're drinking. They're taking the 6-pill combo. And I wanted to talk about that because I talked about that when we went to the Capitol. And the 6-pill combo for me was Lexapro, Klonopin, Flexeril, Trazodone, Compazine, and Motrin. Every day. Okay? As I was taking combos since I was in my mid-20s. They trying to figure out how to make me feel normal, and I didn't feel normal. I was drinking, I was taking my meds, it was a zombie state. And so to have to go to the VA and them give me anything I want, but say, oh, well, I can't give you cannabis because it's federally legal. It's just, you're hurting us. What are you doing? You say you support us and you say you want to help us, but you're killing us, because my friends are drinking because they want to escape all these things that they've done and they've seen and they've heard. And if they could just, smoke a joint and just be okay and just have a normal job, because, then it comes into employers don't want to employ people that, have the card, and it's not like they're not coming to work high. They just want to go to bed,
Yeah.
and without drinking a 12-pack,
Yeah.
And this is the reality, and it's something that people don't talk about. It happens every day. 22 veterans kill themselves a day from suicide.
Yeah.
And that's, imagine if marijuana or cannabis was federally decriminalized and the VA could give it to me. I could go to the VA and I could say, hey, my PTSD is really bad, can I have some indica, sativa? I would take the government brick. I know it's not going to be good like those new guys. I know
the cheese
it's not,
isn't good
right.
anyway, but it's filling sometimes.
Right, exactly. It's saying, hey, we're listening to you. We're listening, and we're going to help you, and this is what we provide, and we know it's not the same. Like, the Klonopin I got wasn't the Klonopin that other people get, but it was free, and it was supposed to help me. It never did. And
they didn't give you the K-cuts, right?
No.
It wasn't the
No.
K-cuts.
No.
K-cuts are always the best. Somebody told me about that. I don't really know about that.
Right. So, and I was actually medically retired from the Air Force after 11 and a half years for PTSD. So, I was struggling. I wasn't my high-speed self. And, as quickly as they could, they pushed me out. I found out quickly I wasn't that high-speed NCO anymore. I was just a number to them.
11 years
11 and a
is
half
not
years.
so fast pushing you out. Like that's quite a career in the military.
Right, and before two traumatic events happened to me, within months of each other, I was a superstar. I was working at the wing. I worked for the command chief. I ran the enlisted programs at the wing. Wow. My chief was a command chief. My other boss was a 06. I wasn't.
I have no idea what that means, but it's
they
probably.
They were the wing commander, the wing command chief.
Wow.
They ran the whole base, and I was there running everything else for them, running around. I wasn't a dirtbag. I wasn't in trouble. I just was a great NCO, and I just imagine how great I could have been if I could have just went home instead of drinking a couple glasses of wine and working. If I could have just smoked a joint, and they won't even give active duty CBD. So they won't give veterans THC, and they won't give active duty even CBD, but they will give them the 6-pill combo. They will give them opiates. They will give them anything. They will give them liquid whatever, as long as Big Pharma's in it.
That's that liquid Seroquel.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's wild. And then I'm from Detroit.
Wait, can we back up for a
Yes.
second? How did you? So you saw your father go through the military and have the issues and all that kind of stuff. What made you decide to go ahead and join the military after seeing all that stuff?
Well, my dad died when I was a teenager
sorry
of
to hear that.
pancreatic cancer. So, being an alcoholic, right, that continued to take over his body at 49. And on his deathbed, he actually told me not to join the Army. And it was right after 9/11 happened. And so he knew something was happening. And he told me, he said, Tracy, don't join the Army. So he knew I was going to join. He just had to set that boundary for me and tell me. And I said, okay, Dad, I won't join the Army. So I went to, I was in high school. I graduated at 17. I actually was raised by my aunt and uncle as a teenager due to my parents, not being...
home.
Fighting the good fight. In a different way because they had to. Went to college. Went to Western Michigan University. I was a history major. I wanted to be a history teacher. Quickly, I found out beer and boys and had fun. I failed out. Okay, came home. Was a waitress. I did a lot of things. Had a little fun, and then it was like, all right, I'm gonna join the Air Force now because no one can tell me no. I'm grown. I joined. I loved it. I drank the Air Force blue Kool-Aid. And that's what they say is.
You have blue fingernails too, as you talk about
I do.
that blue. Wait, let's get it on the table, Cam. Go ahead, show those Air Force blue nails right over onto this one right there.
Which I couldn't wear in uniform. I just did break one too. I couldn't
There
wear
you go.
these in uniform though. I couldn't. They even tell you what to wear in uniform. They tell you how to do your makeup. They tell you how to do your hair. And I did it all. I drank it and I was great. And my career was great. I loved it. I loved the military. And, but now I don't want them in my business. I don't want these state representatives and senators and congresswomen and men and governors in my business, in the cannabis industry. Why do you need to be in it? Why? So, I've been sitting at home watching and, now I'm mad. Now I'm ready to, now I'm mad. And, I'm so happy that I met you, all of you guys, and you came out to the event because I needed friends who know the industry, and that's exactly what I found. And I'm so excited for it because I don't know the cannabis industry, but I know the government, and I'm a political science major too. So, not only did I get taught by the Air Force all these committees and stuff, I ran some of those, I worked the budget, $35 million budget, or
wow.
That's
a lot of zeros on that budget.
Exactly, I've done it all, so they can't lie to me. So what they say, those little half answers they tell me, I'm like, no, you're not getting over on me, so.
Well, the devil is in the details, as they
Yes.
say, and that is certainly one of the great things that we have in this community. We've got all kinds of different people from all kinds of different ways.
Got
Some
paparazzi over
wonderful
there.
people checking in all the way down and I know a lot of these people personally, and they all have different skill sets.
Yes.
And so when it's great to get everybody together, we just complement each other.
Yes.
And create a better whole than if we were just scattered about being individuals, which never works down
Right.
there at the Capitol, which it was great. I'd hope that we do it once a month.
Right, yes. And that's what I told the news, but, they never ran the story that I...
They didn't run that story?
They did
I've
not.
been glued to Channel 4
They did not.
since,
Yeah, we have
Never,
it, thankfully, on recorded, and we're going to do something with it, but they did not, I gave them too many facts. It was actual news, I guess, instead of...
you'd scare those people in a lot of the cases, is they don't want...
Well, they don't want to know.
Right, yeah. They're mind blown, and they're like, wait, the government doesn't want to take care of me? No. That's why you need your Second Amendment, protect yourself, because they're not going to protect you. So.
Did they have drug there when you went to school here in public school? Mm-hmm. That was a good program, huh?
Dare?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dare. Good old Dare. The
terrible
first time I
program.
smoked cannabis, it was the summer before 6th grade. And I was told it was a gateway drug. I was told I was going to do all these things. And here I am.
Well, how many times had you seen Kiss in Detroit already? Did the folks take you down there? I know Detroit, Cobo Hall.
I have seen a lot of people that I don't think I've actually seen Kiss. I'm more of an Eminem, Kid Rock.
See, that's where
Yeah.
you're from. I used to live in Midland, Michigan.
Okay.
Which is really soft compared to Detroit.
Yes, it is. It is. There's lots of places.
There's It's gorgeous up there.
It is. I love Michigan. I do.
Yeah,
and
it's a gorgeous state.
they do have recreational. So
Yeah, but they screwed those people around up there in Michigan for a
Yes.
good long time, and they're still getting hit because it was kind of very California-esque with the clubs.
Right.
And everybody doing it clandestine, and then not really, and then, yeah, really. And
yes.
we're going to get arrested this week. No, we're not. They're going to close us all down. Yes, they are. No, they're not. I don't know. Where's she
because
get-
they have too much control of it. There's too many rules. There's too many too many hands in the pot, and that's just when it gets.
The Zilwaukee Bridge. That is a perfect example
Yes.
of government screw up there. You know the Zilwaukee Bridge?
No.
Zender's Chicken Dinners?
No.
You don't know that?
No.
If you go up north in Michigan,
Okay.
there's a bridge. There was Governor Blanchard. So I went to school there
Okay.
in Michigan.
Yes.
And they were building this bridge called the Zilwaukee Bridge. It was the only, they were going to replace it because it was the only drawbridge in I-75,
Right.
which take you from UP all the way to Texas, or no, Florida, right?
Yes.
So,
yes.
so the
Been
only
on that route.
drawbridge left in there was going over the Saginaw River.
Okay.
So they built this Zilwaukee Bridge, which went so high up into the air because they were going to run ships
Right.
through the Saginaw River. They started at each end, and when they got to the center, they were like 9 feet off.
Because they don't know what they're doing.
They
And
don't
everyone
know
said,
what they're
"Oh, it's military grade." I'm like, "Do you not understand what military grade means? It means the highest bidder or the lowest bidder just bought everything, and they're going to give you the worst crap." And they're like, "How do you know this?" I'm like, "Because I've seen it. I've bought packages. I've seen it. I've done it." Like, no, it's just I do want to talk about my veteran buddy running for candidacy. Can we talk about him?
Yes,
All right,
please.
Joe Lewis. So he's a Marine.
Joe Lewis.
He's running for District 88, state representative.
You want to get him on the do you
Yeah.
have a picture of him on the... Is this you in there?
This is our Instagram.
What?
Lifting.mama.
Yeah, the God bless America. That's all I
Yes.
gotta say. That's awesome.
So what's his name again?
Joe Lewis. Vote Joe Lewis. It is www.votejoelewis.com. Lewis is Lewis. He's a Marine. He's from District 88. He actually was in the Army too. He's been around.
There he is, good-looking chap.
He is. He's great.
Look at that.
Yes.
I have it squished out so we can't really see all that. But
Yes,
you might be able
and he,
police reform. There you go.
Yes, and him and his buddies run Mantis Global, where they want to teach. They teach people how to shoot and safety and all this
Really?
stuff. That's on
great.
Instagram too, so that's where their followers are. And so we're gonna
Because
kind
that's super important. That's one of the things that the government doesn't want you to really know about is how to operate a weapon.
right.
They're not interested in you being
No.
good.
But
at
they've trained all
operating
these
a
people
weapon.
for the last 2 years or 20 years. The federal government has trained my generation how to use a weapon, go to war. Make sure that we're mentally, physically, spiritually, financially great. So they've given us the tools, right? And we're just here waiting. So we're not worried about these young kids who are sitting at the Capitol right now guarding what I don't know. We're not worried about them. And they know that, because they're not worried about us. And so the veteran community is in a very weird space right now. It really is. And so we've kind of come home and we want to say, hey, we're here and we're here to help you because we've done it over there and we've done it all around the country. And now we're home and we want to take care of local politics and local policies because we've seen what it's like elsewhere and we want our homes to be safe. So Joe Lewis is going to do that.
And what district is he in? Is he
District 88, and it's actually 2022, so it's
Where
next
is
year.
88? District 80. Any idea where District 88
It's
is?
in OKC.
Oh, it's in OKC?
Yes, it's in OKC.
Oh, south
Yes.
side, east side?
I'm really bad with maps.
There you go.
Yes.
That's why you were in the Air Force rather than on the ground, right?
Exactly.
That's-
I was administrative. I was not good at land. I told you I always keep a Marine around. It's a good thing. South
Just
of Lake
South Lake Hefner.
Hefner. Yes.
District 88.
Yes. Sorry, Joe.
It's right here.
There you go.
It is all of that right
We
there.
got you on the cam.
Yes. Perfect. Yes. So
That's
if you
all-
want to
that's
help with that,
hoity-toity up there.
yeah,
That's
if you're a
high rent
veteran
district.
or you're in District 88 and you want to come help us, please contact me, contact Joe. We need all the support.
I pulled up the wrong one. I'm losing. That's at 89. It says I grabbed the wrong one. 88. There
There we go.
Yes.
There we
Or
go.
if you're a veteran that wants to run and you need support, you need friends. And also, one of my buddies.
Where is that? Like, I don't
And
even know.
Northwest 45th. That's over here. This is our district.
This is our district.
This is our district, all right? Hey, Joe, I'm in your district. He asked where I was. He's watching.
Northwest 12th Street.
Awesome.
This is
Perfect.
Northwest 16th. This is he's ours.
Awesome. All right. Yes.
Joe.
Yes, Joe.
Hell yeah. Is it
Yeah,
Joe or
let's
Joel?
see.
Joe.
Joe.
Joe Lewis.
There you go, Joe Lewis.
44.
Yes.
It's. I just
I love it.
I just want to talk about Cosmic and Tracy being from Michigan and she's supporting a guy named Joe Lewis.
Yes.
Is like, because not many people know Joe Lewis.
It's more by.
Is
It's
like-
actually more by Shepherd Mall, but it's close to us. It's around the
Yes.
corner.
Okay.
I just want to clarify.
Okay. Awesome.
Well, we're
Perfect.
going to have to get Joe in here
I
and
was
talk
trying-
about
Yes.
his.
It was hard. to
Yes,
read
and he's
this
pro
out.
788, and I have a picture of him. He actually sent it to me.
And he's pro rec.
Yeah, I mean, he just, whatever the people vote for, he's not going to say, hey, you know, these people gave me
It's
money
the
to
will of
change
the
my
people,
mind.
yeah,
Yes,
no.
and he understands that.
He's smart. They'll give him more money. Yeah, way to go, Joe.
So,
What's he do for a living? You know what he
he's
does?
a government contractor right now.
Oh, what's he
So-
contracted?
I don't know, but well, you know, we went to the Stop Asian Hate event the other night together, and he saw the BLM lady, Sheila, I think her name is, and he said he did work security for her. So he's in the local area keeping everybody safe.
Oh,
but that's,
security. Cleat
Yes.
guy? Cleat certified kind of guy?
I mean,
Or
he's a
military?
military Marine.
Tell him we
Oh.
need some help at Chronic Police.
Yes, I mean, I'm
I'm
telling
dead
you, he's
serious.
great. Like, I wouldn't have went to the event without him, because again, I like to keep a Marine
Wait,
around.
which guy was he?
Who?
Was he up at the state capitol?
He wasn't. I hadn't even met him yet.
Oh.
You know, I met him through another friend, and then here's the thing with veteran is we're Democrats, we're Libertarians, we're Republicans. Just like we're airmen, we're
Yeah.
soldiers, we're sailors, we're Marines. You know,
Gay,
we're coasties.
straight, white,
Yes.
black, Chinese,
Yes,
everything.
city, country, Christian, Jewish,
Yeah.
Muslim, whatever you are,
Yeah.
we accept you for you, and we want you to be that individual because we understand how important that is and how we want to keep the government out of it. And so we come together, and we come together hard.
Yeah.
So we're ready. I'm excited. I'm definitely excited.
Moto, I think this is the time you cue in the national anthem or something. that's the for facts. There you go.
I'm very, very patriotic.
It's a very patriotic thing to be patriotic, because it is our lives, and
It is.
these decisions, especially here with the 788 and how
Yes.
it's trying to be kind of bastardized
So
over
what was the
time.
end result at this point?
I don't think we have an end result. It's getting mixed reviews. We went back up there, and basically I was told that West wrote the bill based on one of his people in his district, which Grove is small. It has about 6,000 people in it, okay? So one of those people there was not happy with 788 and wanted to put caps on it. Now, isn't there about 300,000 patients, okay, and the industry's booming, and so you're going to take a word from one person? Does that one person line your pockets, Wes? That's my question. So that wasn't a good answer for me. Of course, I just nodded my head, yes, oh yes, sir, shook his hand, left the room. I didn't see Wes, I saw Fedgetter. But that's not a good answer for me because we, the people, voted for that, 57%. So if there's anything that's going to change such a huge program, we should have to vote on it again. I think the program is great. Aren't we great amongst the whole country? Everybody wants to come here.
We're the best.
We're the best. Oklahoma's the best. Let us be the best.
Right.
It's green. We're going to take on a new name. Can you imagine if they started putting such rules on the gas and oil industry when it started? You know?
Can you imagine trying to regulate hamburgers? That's really what the
Right. Driver's license,
Yeah.
guns license, teacher's license.
just
No.
everything, just in the simplicity of the world.
Right. But because it's cannabis.
Yeah.
And it's making so much money, and
That's
they
the
also
problem.
were saying how they wanted to transfer it from the education fund to the general fund, and I'm not okay with that. So they're sneaky, and you have to read everything, and you have to know things. And Will is really good too. Will actually kind of brought us all together, and I'm so
Yes.
thankful for him. Hi, Will.
Yes.
He's a
Will
libertarian,
on.
and the Libertarian Convention is this weekend. It's out in Moore at.
I missed Spike. Spike came about.
He's
Wednesday
coming
night?
this weekend.
Oh, this weekend.
Yes, he's coming. So
Oh,
come
damn,
out.
I gotta
Yes,
go see Spike.
Yes, Spike will be here.
He should be
Boat Cohen.
president, man. I love that guy.
Yes, he was a millennial, vice president.
He spoke in Tulsa or where did he speak? Where they called him. His name was
Tasha's husband.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was the Alabama Libertarian Party.
Georgia. I think it was Georgia.
Georgia. Yeah, so I don't know what we're doing. I don't know.
Oh, no, you're right. Alabama, I think.
Yes, he's here. So yes, we'll figure out something. I'll make that happen. So
Yeah, I'd love to just hear him speak because he's
Yes.
very eloquent, and he really turns it to the human speak.
yes, he's a very intelligent man, and just
Yeah.
he's not a politician. You
No,
know,
not really.
No, he's just a guy that wants to get out of everybody's lives.
Yeah.
And he's always on point. It's like I wait for the news and I'm like, oh my gosh, everyone's fighting, right? And I kind of wait to see what Spike says because I know he watches it, processes it, and then he's like, this is what I think. And it's always on. He's always on, like, yes. So the younger generation needs to definitely
To hear more Spike. Yeah.
hear more of Spike. And that's the thing is, and all these conservatives were like, oh, censorship about Trump. I'm like, wait, the debates only had the two guys in them, right?
Yeah.
They only had Biden and Trump. Where was Georgeson? So I'm not buying it when they're mad on either side. I'm not buying it. You can't make me buy it on either side. So libertarian, anti-authoritarian, really very big on community. I want us all to come together as a community and say, hey, this is what we want to do. This is how we want to change. Okay, because like you said, everyone has their own craft.
Yeah.
And that's what we need to learn from everybody. And, make it old school, like how it used to be, instead of all these rules and regulations and just stress.
They'll end up ruining the industry here in the
Yes.
state of Oklahoma if we let them.
Yes.
Which they've done in other states, and we really have the opportunity here with the brain power that we have and the eagerness
Right.
that is more than prevalent out there. And so I'm grateful to have met up with y'all.
Yes.
I had no idea, and it was funny because I never seen Will out there.
Right.
And so I didn't know if he smoked weed or not, and
Right.
and when somebody says they're a libertarian, and it's like, okay, well, that doesn't really tell me a whole lot about you. You
Right.
believe in the rights and all that, which is all we really need is just people to respect each other's what they like to do. And so that was one of the great things. Supersonic Chronic was out there, right?
Yeah, I was there.
With
You guys showed up on the bus, right?
Yeah.
I was like, what?
the Greens Bakery
Yeah.
bus.
Yes, that was
The
awesome.
Cannon bus.
Yes. So tell me about this bus.
It's just Green Bakeries. Monica Green. She's started up right one of the very first people when the licenses were issued. She was one of the first women that got to get her dispensary going and all that good stuff. And she got that bus and wrapped it way back then, 2018.
I love it.
And so we ride it out to patient drives, anywhere we can go, do things. She's
Right.
let me cruise around the block.
No, it was awesome. Because I'm so pro women too. I am, I was in a male dominated career, so I'm not scared of these suits. Like I said, they don't scare me. I fought the good old boy system, and
You ran the good old boy
I ran the good old boy
That-
system. And my
that's
chief
the-
was a man, and that's what he said. He said, "Hey, I'm just a face. You tell me what to go." And he once told me, he said, "Tracy, I always worry, but when it's with you, I don't have to worry because I know you're wearing it. You're taking care of it for me." And, to have someone who's been in the Air Force 27, 28 years at that time tell me that, I'm like, okay, I'm doing something right. So now it's time to bring it to Oklahoma. Like, I need to change the way people think because getting the government involved in your business is not good.
No.
Not.
That means you got to pay another mouth. That's really
Exactly.
what that goes on with that
Yes.
kind of stuff. And a shout out to the women that actually run this world there.
Yes.
I was dubbed today.
What?
They
What were you
Yeah.
doing?
I was dubbed wheat bread. They're like, yeah, you ain't white bread because I work with a bunch of women, and so they tease me about just about
You're
everything.
white
And yeah, I'm not white bread. I'm wheat bread because I'm a little bit tan. And we were talking about that, but yeah, shout out to the women
Yes.
that run the world. I mean, I'm a big fan of women. My mom's a woman.
Yes.
My
Women are so
wife,
important.
My daughters, they're all
Yes.
women. They're cool people.
They are. And, I I don't want to change. I don't want to take anything away from women either, because we fought so hard to get here, and so that's definitely something that's.
Rosie the Riveter.
Yes,
without Rosie.
Yeah, I'm always flexing. Like that's my thing. I'm always flexing. Like
that is. We put that up to you.
That's.
Here, go to her Instagram real fast.
Yes.
Yeah, let's go to Instagram.
Let's go there.
Check that out.
That's me.
Did you make those boots with the flowers in them?
I did. I actually went to the Veterans Memorial Park in Moore. That was a day we dedicated our combat boots to Vanessa Guillen, who we lost last year. My sister in arms, too. You know, my buddy Adrian Otap always says she's not here because of Article 134. So,
which would be.
It's part of the UCMJ, and it's just the general article that you can get in trouble for basically anything. And so, that's always what he brings up. And you know. We're losing brothers and sisters every day to this kind of stuff, and I was part of that. And we had pictures all over. It didn't make them news either, but
why is that? Tell me a little bit more on that. So you can get in trouble for anything. So then all of a sudden they say, "Oh, you're in trouble for this," and they take away rights. They take the.
So I have a active duty female right now in mental health facility, inpatient. She's been in there for months. Okay, and she's a military sexual trauma survivor, and they're trying to charge her with stuff. You know, they're trying to get her in trouble with stuff because her mental health isn't there, and they're saying she's homicidal and suicidal, and they're locking her up like she's some criminal, and she's just a patient. And this is reality of females in the military. So it's just that's one big thing. That's why I'm so pro woman, because it's that's what I get emotional about, and
as you should. And so how can people get a hold of you, and besides the Instagram, of course?
Yeah, Toklahoma on Facebook. Toklahoma on Facebook. Reach out to me. Follow me on Instagram. Please send me an email. It's on my Instagram, too. I'm here. I'm around. I want to help. I am a 100% disabled veteran. I don't work for anybody, so I'm fair game. No one owns me.
Except those 3 kids.
Yeah, oh yeah, they own. I know. I'm free for the weekend, so just dropped off my youngest. Well, his dad came and got him, so.
Right.
Yes, they own me for sure.
And you love every minute of it.
I do. I love bomb life.
Is this one you? This one?
Yes,
okay.
Right there.
There we go.
That is me.
There we go.
Yes.
And now we're watching ourselves in another dimension.
I know, I love
all of a
it.
sudden we're going to be like.
Yes.
So everybody go here and
That's
like
great,
the page.
And that was just Will before, and he just kind of handed it over to me. So there's no one behind it or anything. It's just going to be the new something.
I love the logo.
Me too.
The logo's great.
Need to update it a little bit, though. Make it a little fancier.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. Moto's
dig
working
it.
on
It
that.
only started with 13 stars, so, it's got some room to grow. And
Yes.
It's really it's really not even about the logo. It's about the meaning behind it.
Yes.
And that we look forward to doing all we can to. Who's that? Stephen Ross?
Yes,
Letters?
we were out there yesterday, and he was out there with his sign. Took a picture of him, and met D Nugs
Look at the
right there. Yes.
crash.
Yeah. So I'm very.
And then this weekend, if you're a libertarian lover, you need to get out to Moore to the
and I actually
convention.
got the actual convention. So it is Old School Business Event Center in Moore, Oklahoma. It is today and tomorrow. Spike Cohen is speaking. I don't know if they're doing a meet and greet or anything. I really think they should.
There'll be like all 9 of us there. We'll be like, yeah.
No, for real. And that's the thing, is a libertarian is such a small crowd too, but they're so intelligent and they're so welcoming, and they're full of things. You just ask them a question and they give you 3 paragraphs of things, and you're like, wow. Thank you for having that conversation with me.
For me, in a lot of cases, I've been a libertarian since Reagan, and when I get in a room of libertarians, it's like when a group of growers get into the room, and then you just sit there and geek out.
Yes.
But there's I've become so used to arguing the case
Yes.
that when you end up with a bunch of libertarians, it's like there's nobody to argue with.
Right, yes,
It's like,
yes.
like, what do we do now?
Yeah, or we make fun of them for arguing about stuff, right? We make fun of you guys, right?
Yeah.
And or people try to come troll me. I'm like, I'm a libertarian. We troll other libertarians, and before I share anything, I have like 7 arguments in my head that we can talk about. So it's funny to find out like 20-year-olds trying to troll me that have never had any life experience. So it's fun.
You know a little bit about that, Miss Crowder?
Yeah, I'm sure. Let me at them.
Well, that's it. There's strength in numbers, that's
Yes,
for sure out there.
definitely.
And the Libertarian Party of Oklahoma needs you, and Toklahoma
Yes.
needs you. Go over to that page and like, and you've got a ton of different stuff always going on over there. It looks like there you go, just like that.
Yes.
Whatever that was.
So it wasn't active for about 2 years. So Will hadn't done anything to
really?
it, and he just was upset about these bills because, the libertarians were talking about it in a chat, and he was just upset because, he's very pro 788 and we the people, and he gave it to me because I was looking for something, and it just kind of worked out.
Wow.
So, and we're all coming together. It's just, and when you let things happen organically, right?
They had a
happens.
guy from the guy who won, the Libertarian that won I think from Bethany.
Oh, Chris Powell. Yes.
Yeah, he was on Spike's show one night,
Yes.
and I was like, "There's a dude from Oklahoma." Like,
Yeah,
I was
he actually
like,
beat
yeah.
Tiger King in the Libertarian race for governor. So he's a great guy. He's actually a
Yeah,
Marine
he
too.
said that,
So
and then he ran uncontested in his district
yes, he's great.
because they loved him so much that nobody would run against him. They're
Yes.
like, "You doing such a good job."
And that's how he is, and that's how most libertarians are. We just, oh, hey. And, when they were talking about the mask things, Chad Williams is on the city council out in Choctaw, too. And I'm like, hey, I just saw everybody voted for the masks. And, thanks for that one libertarian vote. I'm sharing it to everybody because, all these Republicans are mad about it, yet the libertarians are actually liberty lovers of the state. And it's funny to me because...
We could actually have a Libertarian governor. We're
Yes.
small enough that.
And I think
we have enough
Oklahoma is a
penetration.
libertarian state.
Yeah.
They aren't they're a red state because they have to be because Republicans control everything.
Yeah.
Ballot access.
I'd
and-
rather have that anyway than the Democrats.
Well, same. But libertarians get a couple in there. I think Will would be great as something. I don't know what.
Oh yeah,
that's-
he's got that square jaw
Yeah.
of the
Air Force.
Was he an Air Force
He
guy
was in the Air
too?
Force
Wow.
too. Yes, and he's great, smart.
That is great.
Yes.
What's he do? Do you know? Can he reveal that? on-
He's sales.
Sales guy.
So yeah, he's a sales guy. He'd like to be, a
He's
liberty
selling-
activist.
He's selling ice to the Eskimos over there because he's got that $1 million smile, and
Yep.
he'd make great politician that way. and
Yes.
Kissing babies.
Yes.
I think I did see him out there at the event kissing a couple babies.
He would definitely. He's
What kind of music's in the background?
elevator music.
I don't know. It's like, is something slowing you down?
I don't know.
I don't know
I
either.
gotta
Yes,
get
the
up there.
government.
Yes.
Yes.
I was like, where'd that come from? I'm like, did I hit something? Do you hear it?
Oh no, is it music now?
It went from talking to jamming.
Yeah, it was probably
It's one of his jam sessions in the
YouTube.
background.
Yeah, because I need to find music that has, or sounds that have no vocals and is obscure that it won't.
They won't zing us,
Fall
zap
on
us,
Okay.
take us down.
And it stimulates the brain. Instrumentals.
Yes, that's why.
Sometimes
Yes.
Larry just
That's exactly why. I'm stimulating my brain.
Yes.
It is. It's great stuff, and some of the stuff they don't let you play on Facebook because you
They'll
played
funk
"Happy
ya.
Birthday" in the background. That they're look, I'm not getting
Say
angry or
that,
nothing.
that's not owned by
The-
you.
Right.
Right, and so they're all weird about that. But we're so glad that you came in, Tracy. The go follow her on Toklahoma, and then the Instagram,
Yes.
which is
Lifting.mama.
lifting.mama.
Yes.
Right. Follow her right there.
Come follow me.
Is that a red, white, and blue weight belt,
It's just,
or is that just part of
those
your?
are
My
her-
leggings.
those are her
Lululemon
And I
boots.
have-
tights
She's
or
wearing-
whatever?
No, they're Curves and Combat Boots, which is actually a female-owned veteran legging brand. And the only leggings I wear, I have them on right now. I try to wear veteran-only stuff. Like this sweatshirt is from United Veteran. 22 a day, veterans, 9-line apparel. So I need some shoes. I need some veteran shoes, and I'd be set. But yeah, she was just an Air Force veteran, started a legging company, and now it's turning into everybody wants them. And there was some Fabuletics had a Veterans Day sale last year, and they only had male stuff on sale. So we kind of really started not liking Fabuletics because we're like, one, we're veterans. We've been veterans, I don't know why we get forgot about. And two,
how many men are wearing tights?
yes, especially male veterans. I mean, come on. So, I mean, a couple, but not.
Compression does feel wonderful, I have to
Yes,
say.
I would live in leggings and curves and combat boots. They're great for squatting. I lift about 5 times a week, so that's a big part of me too. I haven't even talked about that. I don't follow a meal plan. I should. My buddy Justin Thorpe, Muscle Minute on Instagram, he's been trying to get me to do this program forever and eat healthier and stuff. And I don't ever want to do a show or anything, but working out helps my mental health.
Sure it does.
So people want to go talk to the counselor or go do all this other stuff. For me, it's going to the gym. I'm without my kids. I have my headphones in, and it's just me time, and I'm just pumping some iron. And it's if I don't go, I stress out, and I don't know how
that endorphin release
gets
it out.
It is, and I go to the Moore Recreational Center. They're great. It's like $42 a month for veterans, and I get 2 hours of free daycare for all of my kids every day but Sunday.
Wow.
You can't beat that.
No.
You can't beat that. So I usually work out for
You're
an
just
hour.
walking on the treadmill for 2 hours, like, hey, I get a little piece of pie.
I usually work out for an hour, and then I do homework for an hour. So.
And all that stuff, you're also doing your homework. Are you a school person also? Or you?
Yeah, I'm a political science major at American Military University. I have my GI Bill. The VA pays for it, and it's great. They're paying me to go to school and be a mom and be a liberty activist. So I am in a place where I can help you out, and I know things. So, and political science was just a way of understanding what the politicians are supposed to be doing. But I want to know the book answers, okay? Because I'm a book learner. I'm book smart. I'm logical. I want to know why. I'm very inquisitive, and I've been told my whole life to stop asking so many questions, Tracy.
I got a homework job for you to research.
Okay.
We were just talking about it because it affects us
Okay.
all. So down at the Department of Transportation,
Okay.
Patients and people in general need to get their driver's license renewed, right?
Yeah.
Or sometimes they even just need to get a work ID so they can go to work.
Right.
Got people that are moving in from out of state for whatever reasons, or they've transferred or relocated. You got patients who are trying to get their medical cards, their driver's license expire, their state ID expires, and you can't get your medical card without that, and you can't get you're not supposed to be driving.
Right.
Well, the Department of Transportation has decided they're just closed on answering questions, and sorry for your luck, and they're using it for COVID. They're saying that they don't have enough staff. They're understaffed. Literally, if you like last week we called, and you're ring. At first it was busy all day long, and then it finally went through. And when it picked up, it said that they were understaffed and would not be answering any questions. But please try back another day and hung the phone.
Wow. I mean, I'm not surprised because government just thinks.
They can do whatever. But
whatever.
that affects a lot of people.
Yes.
So like I was talking to Larry, I was like, we have to figure out. I mean, that's a very valid concern. It's a city state group we have to deal with in order
Right.
to be able to drive. If you get caught driving and you don't have a valid driver's license,
Right.
you get a ticket. Then
Right.
you have
So,
to pay
hey,
the fee.
Copper. Well, the Department of Transportation said
They're closed.
they're closed.
They don't have any
The
staff.
cop's gonna be like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, they're.
It's
wow.
the craziest thing I've ever seen. And so, like,
Interesting.
even just trying to get anything for anybody, and it's not. I've had it affect like 7 different people I know in the past week,
Okay.
and we're all just like, who do you complain to? Like,
Right.
what do you do? Where do you start to make a big change about that? Because it's a big deal.
Because there's got to be a transportation committee or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
Yeah, it's crazy.
He's good at finding that.
They're on like a 2 to 3 month wait just to go
Wow.
get in there. And like we were looking at one, we had to go all the way to Tecumseh or what's not Tecumseh, the other one that's further out, Tahlequah, which is almost 2-hour drive to even get an appointment.
Wow.
And it was like a 3 months. And then if you go,
So you drive them to there.
You have to get someone to take off work to drive you there. But right now too, if you'll show up at 4 a.m. to go get in line down at Martin Luther King, and when they open at 8, they take so many just walk-ins. And so if you were out there from 4 a.m. to 8 a.m. and you were they only take 25 and you're number 26, see you tomorrow and try again. Deuces.
Wow, is it that?
It's the craziest thing.
Wow.
Yeah, and they're blaming it all on COVID, but it's
blame
not.
everything on COVID.
So I was like, we have to figure out who we can complain about, because one, that's affecting chronic docs for patients. A lot of them, they're having their licenses are expired, and they can't even get their medical cards renewed for one. So they can't even get medicine, and then people are trying to go to work, can't go to work because they can't get their driver, an ID card. So I was like,
they can't function anything. I mean, they can't live their daily life. That's live.
So if you have time,
that's something easy, and you're right. That does affect that affects all our patients.
Yes,
that affects any Oklahoman who wants some kind of identification.
You have to go to work,
right? Okay, yes, that's easy.
I don't know, because I was just telling her, I was like, man, like who would we even start? I don't know. I don't know where you would start, and then so once it happens, because that's a big deal.
Yes.
Very big.
Yes.
In my opinion.
Thanks for bringing that to my attention.
And they should also allow a printable card from the time that you get approved by the doctor.
Right.
Yeah,
kind of like an insurance card. They do that for everything else.
Yeah,
right.
they do it on insurance. And it's the same.
Everything.
It'll be the same barcode as when you actually get your card.
Okay.
And there's rarely an instance that I go into a dispensary that they don't say, can I see your driver's license also?
Right.
So there would be a backup there. If you have the paper, you have to produce your driver's license.
Right.
But to make people wait after they get approved.
And they're even saying that they're behind. So who knows when you're going to get your card. You get approved, but you'll get your card when we get around to it, basically.
Right.
Because of COVID, right?
The
government likes to blame everything.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
There's so much open space in the government, too. And there's so much fraud, waste, and abuse. And it's just amazing that this last year, we've used every excuse for COVID that we possibly could. I mean, like, I was told that I was going to kill everyone's grandma because I was going outside, and I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't want to kill anybody's grandma, and then now it's like, get your vaccine, and I'm like, well, I want grandma to get I want everybody's grandma to get their vaccine before I do, because I want those high-risk patients, if this is what this is, to get them. And just, again, that's the same thing for me. Whether you want to get an immunization or not, I don't care. Just don't let the government force you. The government should never force you. And you're talking to someone who stood in a line in boot camp with someone here, vaccine. I had no idea what they were putting in my arm, but I was there, and you know what? I wanted to be a part of something, and so I accepted it. And now I'm like, wait a minute. Now I don't want you to tell me that I need this vaccine, because I'm not in it anymore. I'm not government property. I was government property. So
right, you agreed to that contract, which is really the thing that in the world of libertarianism, the school that I attended in Michigan was a very libertarian-driven school.
Awesome.
And they used to pound on my door and say, yo, you got a lot of weed smoke coming out from under the door. And I would be like, yo, man, we're libertarians, man.
Yeah.
And he would say, yeah, but you gave up those rights when you agreed to come to this school, so you have to be under our rights.
Right.
Like, it's libertarianism is not just, it's all free for all, it's free for all.
Right. And so here's the thing is, if I'm going to court and they say, Tracy, you have to wear a mask, I'm going to fight because I don't want to wear a mask. Just because the government says, Tracy, you have to wear a mask, right?
Yeah.
Now, if you guys would have said, hey, wear a mask in here today, I would have, because it's a small business, and I respect you as business owners. And so people don't understand where I'm not anti-mask. I'm anti-government telling me. So I had friends in Texas who were literally like, oh my gosh, governor told us not to wear a mask. I'm like, listen, if the government says don't wear a mask, you can still wear a mask if that's what you choose to do. It's your decision. And and that's what libertarian is. Like, and here's the thing is, I would have been like, all right, whatever. And put a towel down, because he's probably not going to come back, right?
Yeah.
He made his thing. He did what he had to do, whether, hey, I said something to Larry, whatever. I did my duty. oh, well, I'm not being a bystander. I said something, and then next time you just put a towel, and then there's no smoke. And it is what it is.
Right.
I don't know. It's just...
Yeah, we got the hello, buddy, and we blew it out the window after that.
Yep.
Pretty much
Yes.
went on with it. So...
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for coming in, Tracy.
Thanks for having me.
It's been an awesome
Yes.
time.
I loved it.
Any shout outs to the people out there?
Just Joe Lewis. Joe Lewis. Vote Joe Lewis. That's
Joe
my target
Lewis.
right now, is getting him into office, because I believe in him, and I don't want more politicians in office and, people who have endorsements from all these people who have money behind them. I want just a regular Marine in office, because I know Marines can handle things. So, more of that.
There you go.
Thank you.
Supersonic Chronic, anything out on the first lap? We're pounding them in tonight.
Pounding them in. 2 more to go.
Yep. It's good.
No, just excited.
Just excited.
Got a countdown going. We're getting ready to hit the first. It's getting ready to roll.
Yep. So,
Yes.
well, super. Thank you so much, Tracy.
Thank
we
you.
appreciate you.
Oh,
There
That's-
you go.
look
There
at us
you
on
go.
Perfect teamwork.
Larry Reed, the man on wait for his Carrie Chronic. We'll be right back with our next guest, but I'm not sure who that is because they gave me the list backwards or whatever. So I think Laughing Goat should be next.
possibly.
Yeah,
Laughing Goat.
We'll see who it is. So thanks again.
Thank
we
you.
appreciate you.
Thank
I gotta.
you.
My off button is on the other side of the room. Yeah, I gotta figure that one out.
I'm going to take a couple used things
Yeah,
with me
take
for the
some
Liberty.
stickers and all that kind
Yes.
of stuff. We'll be right back.